you feel like you've been going to the gym, you're putting in the work, but your body does not reflect it, it's not genetics. In this video, I'm literally going to be explaining everything you're doing that's making you not build muscle fast. And I know you guys want that fast result. So no time wasted. Let's run it. Let's go. Let's go. Now, the first reason why you look the same is simply because you're not eating enough for your body. If I'm literally going to be giving you guys so much free game, I've been lifting for around 2 to 3 years. And the biggest thing I would say to get the fastest results is your diet. Your diet makes up around 80% of your results. I want you guys to be working fast and smart, imputing 20% of your action and getting 80% of the results. The reason why I say this is because you're not eating enough and muscle is expensive. It takes a lot of time for you to build and you need sufficient fuel for your body to actually build that muscle. And when I say eating enough, you need to know exactly what you're putting into your body. If you're not tracking, you are slacking. And now the biggest thing I would say is you need to eat protein. Protein is so important for you to build muscle. Like while I started lifting, I would say I made a very stupid amount of results when I first started lifting for like 6 months. But when I started seeing a very stupid difference in my physique was when I locked in on my intake. And the biggest thing really would be finding your maintenance calories. So I'm going to write that. So the first thing you need to do would be find your maintenance calories. The reason why you need to find your maintenance calories, and this is so straightforward, simply go on Google, type in calorie calculator, fill in the necessary information, and you're going to probably get a number. Let's say my maintenance calories is around 2,000, 2,500. For you to build muscle, you simply need to eat slightly above that. You can add a surplus of 200 to 300, 200 or 300 plus. The reason why I want to take it very small is because we want to give our body enough fuel. We want to give our body that slight surplus for you to actually be able to build muscle. This really would help you out. However, this is not even as important because we still don't even know exactly what protein you're going to be eating. For you to know your exact protein intake, you need to simply just do this. So right now I am 83 kilograms. 83 kilograms, convert that to pounds, we'll have 183 pounds. You need to be eating around 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. For you starting lifting, and let's say it's quite difficult for you to actually hit your protein, I'll tell you pick the lower end. However, if you're someone who's quite active, I'll tell you can pick the higher end. A sweet spot should be like 0.8. Me personally, I try to aim for around 183 or I push it to around 200 grams of protein just because I want that very, very fast recovery and I want that fast results. And one thing you're also going to realize with eating more protein is that you're going to feel fuller for longer, giving your body that necessary building blocks for you to actually start building enough muscles. The second reason why you aren't actually progressing in the gym is no progressive overload. And I really love this story, Milo of Curtin. It speaks about a Greek god so he used to lift a small calf every single time. And do you know the interesting thing? As the calf grew, Milo of Curtin grew as well. This really just emphasizes and buttresses the point of progressively overloading your muscles. You need that progressive overload. You need to make sure that you are progressing. You are giving your muscles enough stimulus. You're giving your muscles enough reason why they should grow. Because if you actually think about it, if for instance I'm curling 5 kilograms every single time, why does my muscle have a reason to grow? It has the same amount of load every single time. However, by the time I add 7 kilograms and I curl that, you're going to realize that it realizes that, oh, this is actually different. We need to actually recruit more muscle. We need to do more. And that's the reason why the muscle will grow and adapt. Remember this, you need sufficient load to adapt. You need to be trying to be pushing your body every single time. And the simple fix for this really is you need to try and increase the reps. So let's say incline chest for your upper chest. You're always pushing around 8 reps. For the next week, try and push to around 9 reps. That's one of the reasons why I personally believe that when you're going to the gym, you should low-key go to the gym with the mind of war, because you're going to be pushing yourself every single time. So you need to increase the reps, increase the sets, or increase intensity. The reason why you need to do all of this is to obviously give your body enough load. And you can increase the intensity by doing things like supersets. So where you probably give your muscles less time to actually recover. I wouldn't entirely recommend you increasing the intensity. I will mainly tell you that you should focus on increasing the reps, and you should also focus on increasing the sets. And another key point or a bonus point I would say is you should track your lifts. Track lifts. I'm not gonna lie, like there used to be this summer period where one of my friends, he flew back home and he came back again. He came back to uni and bro was looking jacked as hell. And the reason why I realized that he literally doubled in size, reason being, he told me that he started tracking his lift. Every single week he would log, oh, on this week I did 8 kg for 10 reps. Next week I need to do 8 kg for 11 to 12 reps. Tracking every single thing where you're no longer guessing. That's what I was trying to tell you. Like, we're trying to create a system where we're imputing 20% of efforts to get 80% of returns. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Stick with me still. We're going to the third point. Third point, too much junk volume. More does not always equal better. I get it. You want to get fast results and you think every single time you need to be doing a stupid ton of work. Nah. And the analogy that really drives us home is, imagine charging your phone and you keep on taking out the charger every 10 seconds. Your phone is literally not going to charge. You keep on disrupting the process. And the honest truth is, the fix to junk volume is you need to first train with intent. Every single lift, every single rep, every single set should be trained to close to failure or around failure. So you should either be taking your sets close to failure or around failure. Circling back to the second point. Now, the second thing I would say is focus on key lifts. The main goal really would be to get you the results stupidly fast. So you should be focusing on compound movements. I'm gonna have to write it down. You have to focus on compound movements. You see compound movements, these right here are lifts that literally give you, it's more so like targeting in a video game, the big boss. That really is compound movements. And a key hack I always like saying is, at the start of your workout, you should focus on compound movements at the start. Because you know that when you kill the big boss in all these video games, you can easily just kill the lower level characters, the lower level villains. So your compound list would be things like your pull-ups, your incline dumbbell, your squats, your dips. I would even add rows, RDLs. These mainly are your compound movement. The reason why I emphasize you doing this will focus on quality rather than actually quantity. A lot of you guys are doing too much quantity, and the goal really would be compressing your workout. So when you go to the gym on your back day, focus on pull-ups. When you go to the gym on your chest day, focus mainly on building that upper chest. When you go to the gym on your leg day, you should focus on actually building your squats, increasing your squats, focusing on progressive overload at the start of the workouts, especially at the start with these movements. You don't need to do more work. You need to do better work. That's what you need to do. And quality is greater than quantity. Now, the fourth point is poor sleep and recovery. Honestly, you do not grow in the gym. Sorry to break it to you. You grow outside of the gym. And I know that you guys are so used to putting in so much work and grind in the gym. And you think that that's where all the muscle growth happens. Hell no. Everything happens outside of the gym. So that's why everything you do inside of the gym is just as important as everything you do outside of the gym. I would even say outside of the gym is even more important, because training is signal. What you do is you break down your muscles when you train. Break down muscle. However, you see, recovery is where the muscle building actually happens. So when you're breaking your muscles down, you literally are tearing your muscle fibers when you're actually going to the gym and lifting heavy ass weights. When you prioritize your recovery, what happens is you actually build those muscles. You do a process called protein synthesis. Dang, English. So that's one of the reasons why you need to dial in on your recovery. What is the fix? Because I'm not going to tell you what you're doing wrong without telling you what you need to do right. Now, the fix would be 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. A consistent good sleep time. And you need to also try and make sure that you're dialing in a few things to optimize the quality of your sleep. Like, for instance, eating 2 to 3 hours before your bedtime. That is so important. When I started doing that, my sleep quality improved. Lowering the temperature. Recently, I realized that low-key I started to either sleep with a tank top, or sleeping naked or close to naked. So this will optimize your sleep quality, and also you need to manage stress. Decrease stress. Honestly, if you're someone who is actively trying to improve your own lives, I understand that stress is going to be a given. It's a fixed constant. However, we need to find ways to reduce the stress. We need to do things like meditating, taking walks. That walks has been a very, very good staple for me. Stick with me, we're on the last point. One of the biggest reasons why you're actually not building muscle fast is inconsistent training. This word right here. Now, consistency wins every freaking time. Every influencer that has caught your eyes on the internet, they have consistently been lifting weights. You see most of these guys, they've been lifting weights for like 5 years. They've been lifting weights for 10 years, 15 years, and you're just not as consistent as they are. That's really it. Just give yourself time. And I always look at this like, there was a time period where I really wanted my shoulders so huge. Every single day I was checking the mirror, especially when I first started lifting. The moment I just gave myself time, just time. I'm around like 2 years in, and I realized that the shoulders that I've been wanting when I first started lifting would have not come as quickly as I wanted it to up until time. And the analogy that drives this home is, imagine watering a plant once every 3 weeks or once every week. And you know the crazy thing? You guys are doing this with your body and expecting crazy growth. It's not going to happen like that, my guy. I'm so sorry. You need to take time. Always stay consistent. Consistency beats intensity. What's the fix for inconsistency? The fix really is stick to a plan. The moment I decided that I was going to keep going on my training regardless, and when I say stick to a plan, it simply means that you're going to have to be doing the second point, which is show up. The moment I realized that my physique really started changing was when I just told myself I will show up regardless. The time where I was having uni, doing med rotations, I had a 9 to 5, I was also building a business, I had a day in life. I still tried to fit the gym into all of that. The reason was because I told myself I was going to show up. And when I say stick to a plan, every single day does not mean that you're going to be doing 100%. There were days where I've just gone to the gym and I just would focus on compound lifts. I could just do squats that day and I'm getting out of the gym. So focus on showing up. That's the biggest thing. Recap simply would be, the first thing would be eat and feel enough. I literally cannot emphasize this. If you want a stupid ton of results, what you do inside of the gym is not even as important as what you do outside the gym. So feel your body right. Progressively overload those muscles. Remember my law of Curtin, as the calf grew, body grew as well. So that's what you should be emphasizing on your training. Next thing would be stop the junk volume. More does not always equal better. Next would be dial in on your recovery. Your training is stimulus and signal. Your body will literally recover and build muscle in your recovery process. That's what's going to give you the results. And finally, you have to stay consistent regardless of what life throws at you. Intensity is not as important as consistency. You don't need to be consistent today and fall off tomorrow. You just need to maintain that consistency. Show up. If you fix these 5 things, you will grow by fire, by force. You definitely will grow. However, if you do want structure and ease with implementing every single structure, where you literally have everything done for you without you even stressing or guessing, I'll tell you to book a call with the link, and I would love to hear from you. And with that said, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed and got gain from this. Make sure you leave a sub to the channel and let me know what topics you also like me to cover. No time wasted. Stay locked in. Peace.